Hi everyone, it's Dr. E and I'm here with your week 2 instructional video. So I'm in D2L now and I'm just going to jump to our content area and get a start on where to go and what to do. So on the left hand side, don't forget all of the different spaces that are available where you can find information, the syllabus, the schedule, anything related to the assignments, student success, MLA, D2L, all of that good stuff. All right, I'm going to jump to week 2 here. And this is something that is available in that weekly schedule, which you can find right here. So this week we're reading 2 chapters from our course text. The first is Meeting the Expectations of Academic Writing, and the next is Annotating, Summarizing, and Responding. So both of those are in the text that you'll hopefully have already purchased. If not, make sure that you're doing that, and you can get instant access with the electronic version. So just something to keep in mind, because you know, as a summer course, we move rather quickly and we need to have our books already. I've included page numbers for those of you who may have opted to purchase the print version of the text. All right, so on Monday, it's probably available sooner. All the weekly videos are available. I want you to make sure you're reviewing those things that you need to in order to make sure that you're getting the best possible grade on the assignments. And then we do have a few things to do. So the first is that discussion post, which again, I put it's due on Thursday. It's ultimately due by Sunday, but it's better for everyone, including you, to just get it done on Thursday, but ultimately Sunday is when it needs to be completed. But this week is one of those opportunities to see that getting that done on Thursday is going to be helpful because we have quite a bit. On Thursday or on Sunday, we have a written response that's due, a mind map that's due, and a weekly quiz that's due. Okay, so those things to keep in mind because we do have quite a bit going on, and getting that discussion post out of the way will be really helpful. I'm going to pause for just 1 second. I need to cough. All right, sorry about that. So again, it's a pretty heavy week. Every week, unfortunately, or fortunately, is pretty heavy during a summer session, but we're jumping right in. So again, discussion post, get it done. So you're watching one of the videos that will appear here. There will be 3. So this will be the first one, and then the third is going to be for the written response assignment. And then I have all of these documents for you to review just to help you out. These are the mind map guidelines as well as the templates you can use. You can always create your own if you'd rather. The written response guidelines and the template to use. Okay, so all those things in one area. Hold on, dogs are a-coming. Never a dull moment. All right, so if you scroll down to the to-do area, we have our discussion, and I want you to view those as just, we're really working to get practice. We're practicing with when it comes to writing on a regular basis. I want this to be a space where we are actually kind of having an online conversation. Feel free to respond to one another. I hope that you read introductions from one another. I saw a lot of you responding, which is really great because it's such a good way to learn about those folks who are your colleagues, learning that somebody has 10 dogs. Yes, I said 10 dogs. Or that a lot of you have interest in computers. And it's just a really great kind of a way to get to know one another and, again, practice our writing. So throughout this summer session, we're going to think about food alongside writing. So a lot of the work we're doing, a lot of the reading is about writing. The more we think about it in terms of what we're reading and the research associated with writing, that helps improve our own skills. But I also want a topic that we can all kind of connect to then take those skills and apply them, right? So I want us to, think about food in particular ways and then take all that we learn about academic writing and apply it. So, we all are coming from different backgrounds, and that means there's a lot going on food-wise. We have different relationships with food, whether those be cultural, regional, based on our ethnicity, our religion, our preferences, our dietary restrictions. Food is something that we all kind of have our own culture about. So let's ease into this topic and get some writing done. I do want to emphasize it is a writing course, so make sure that you are using Grammarly and you're spell checking and grammar checking. I'm always going to encourage you to use Microsoft Word to compose your writing just because it's a great way to save it in a space in case D2L times out. It's also a great way to ensure that everything is formatted in an easy way, and that you have checked all of it. It's also just nice to type it up and then save it, set it aside, and come back to it with fresh eyes. I'm sorry, there are definitely sounds of dogs chewing right now. My apologies if you can hear that. All right, so for this week's discussion, in at least 2 paragraphs, I want you to share a food memory, something that stands out to you that's food related. Was there an important meal, or is there a particular food that is really important to you? This is just something to kind of evoke a way to write about something that has meaning to us related to food. So you'll want to click start a new thread, and then if you would like to share your pronouns, I've given you an example here that just, gives you something to kind of look at and see. You don't have to insert an image. That's absolutely not necessary, but it just helped me make my point. But again, make sure that everything is revised and edited. I just put a space between paragraphs because it's not easy to indent. Those of you, if you're using Microsoft Word, if you copy and paste into the text box, it will indent. It will retain that format for you, which is great. But you don't have to in a discussion post because it's just not, the formatting is not as functional as, say, Microsoft Word. All right, so that's the discussion. And then if you scroll down, our written response this week is going to be related to one of our chapters, and so meeting the expectations of academic writing. So in 1 paragraph, I want you to summarize this chapter. It needs to be specific. It needs to be a summary that reflects that other chapter we read, which is all about summarizing. So take those to heart, take that information. What are the main ideas shared by our text editor? When you think of a summary, you want to think of what are the absolute key, most important points made. I always give this example. If you're summarizing a television show to a friend, you're not going to give every single minute detail of what this person was wearing and where this person was standing when they said this and, what the background looked like. No, you're going to say this happened, then this happened, etc. So for our text chapter, you want to say Lunsford argues this, Lunsford says that. We're always giving credit so that our readers understand that these are somebody else's ideas that we are summarizing. They are not our ideas. In a second paragraph, that's where you come in, because here, this is just the facts. You are not a part of this. First person is not involved in this paragraph, but then you come in the second. So given what you read in the chapter, what do you really think it means to meet the expectations of academic writing? Why is this complicated or easy? What's your experience? So this is really a personal a personal paragraph where you dig into, so after reading Lunsford, this is really what I think, this is my experience with academic writing, this is what's easy or what's complicated. I want you to end with a quote that you've chosen from the chapter, so that's all part of those instructions that are in the video, so make sure you watch the video and take a look at those guidelines. And here's the template, so you'll just upload that document as an assignment, as a file. So you'll click add attachments, right? And then hold on 1 second. Dogs are about to start fighting. So sorry. Okay. So if we go back to week 2, we've talked about the discussion post and we've talked about the written response. So we still have a mind map and a quiz due. I'm going to stop and just say that the random word for this week's quiz is purple. All right, and then you do have a mind map that's due. So the mind map's going to be related to the other chapter, the annotating, summarizing, and responding. So make sure you give the mind map video a watch, and you have the templates here, but you can also use Canva. That's usually what I choose, or mind map also. And to review the guidelines, you can click right here. All right, so everything should be pretty accessible, but let me know if you have any concerns or questions. And then if you scroll down to the very bottom, that's where the quiz will be. So if you have questions, definitely post in the Q&A discussion board area. I've received a lot of emails from you this week, which is wonderful because you're highlighting things that maybe aren't set up properly in D2L for one reason or another. I mean, this has been the week of frustrations for D2L, y'all. So if you have felt this way, know that you are not alone. I have felt this way as well. Or if you have just general questions about the class. But also, again, feel free to post in that Q&A discussion board area. Just go to discussions, and then you'll see that. And, of course, if you know the answer, help your people out. All right, y'all, we're already into week number 2. I hope week 1 wasn't too terribly overwhelming or stressful. But now let's dig our heels in and let's get this summer session going. All right, have a good one.